Welcome to the series Meet Our International Researchers by the Welcome Center for International Scholars at the Czech University of Life Sciences. Could you please introduce yourself?
I will introduce myself with great pleasure. My name is Beesley and I'm a soil scientist from the UK. And I did my PhD in Liverpool about 15 years ago now, so that tells you how old I am, approximately. And then I did, after my PhD, about 10 years working in Scotland at the James Hutton Institute, where I was a soil scientist, research and field laboratory work, all kind of different work, before I came here.
What is exactly your job at the Faculty for Environmental Sciences?
Well, I'm a research scientist, specifically working on several projects, but all of them are related to contaminated soils. So the remediation of soils contaminated with heavy metals mainly.
Do you also teach?
I do, yeah. Not so much, but I do on a Monday a academic writing course with the PhD students. So I teach only really the PhD students, occasionally the master students on environmental geochemistry. Oh, and also a field trip during the summer, where we take the students to a contaminated site and we dig some soil pits, and they present all their work. Actually, the field trip is at a brewery, Pivovar Podlesy. I highly recommend it.
Could you tell us a little bit about the faculty?
Yeah, the faculty is made up of it's the Faculty of Environmental Sciences, but it's made of several departments, of which my department is Environmental and Isotope Geochemistry. But there are lots of other departments. So we mainly do soils, work with soils, analysing soils and some isotope work. But there are other departments working on ecology, landscape, architecture and hydrology, waters work, modelling. Yeah, it's quite diverse.
What do you think about the working environment at CZU?
Yeah, it's great fun, I have to say. It's good. I mean, I like it. It's kind of similar to other universities, but it has. I think this university and the working environment here is like an extra bit fun compared to lots of other universities. So, for example, I'll give you an example. We often have department meetings, and occasionally you arrive at a department meeting and there's a beer tap to tap yourself a beer in the department meeting. So that's something that we certainly don't usually have in the UK. So this is like an added bonus, I think.
How were the first few weeks in the Czech Republic for you?
Well, quite familiar because I've been here many times before. Before I was living here and working full time, I was a frequent visitor to this university. In fact, so frequent that the department have named me as a geochemical boomerang. In other words, that they'd throw me away again and I'd spin back and always end up back here. So I was quite familiar with Prague, and I've probably, before I came to work here, I'd visited Prague maybe 5 or 6 times before. So I wasn't surprised in any way, no.
What are the advantages and disadvantages of working and living in the Czech Republic?
The advantages, it's a nice, small country. I mean, you can visit everywhere in no time, in a few hours. And being in the centre of Europe, it's very easy to go to other capital cities like Vienna, for example, or Berlin on the train. So it's a very accessible location. And I have to say, it's a very clean and beautiful country. Yeah, many visitors here are very pleasantly surprised how nice it is, the nature and how clean and tidy and well organised everything is. Especially the public transport. You know, the public transport around Prague anyway must be, I think, amongst the best in the world. Yeah.
Has the university supported you with orientation in Czech Republic?
Well, yes, they have offered to. I mean, I didn't need that much orientation because I'd been here several times before, but the Welcome Centre is very supportive, and when I first arrived, they organise trips with other visiting people, so you can meet other people who are in a similar situation to myself, visitors from abroad. And they also offered lots of help with finding accommodation if you need it, and financial stuff, even like dealing with taxes and healthcare and all this kind of thing. So yes, very good.
Do you have any tips for newcomers?
Yeah, I think one tip would be, I mean, everything here is working as you expect, and it's a very nice place to live, and people are very friendly and accommodating, and around the university, of course, and of course around Prague, because it's a capital city, you can get along very well just speaking in English. But I do feel that if you know something about the language and have a few words to say, it sort of it's kind of makes you a little bit more integrated straight away. And I do feel now I can order a beer in Czech, or more than one beer, and it puts a smile on people's face, and that they think, oh, at least you're making an effort, in the language, which is obviously a difficult one for most foreigners. So yeah, I think knowing a few words in the language and being interested in the language, it always helps. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Luke, for your time.
Oh yes, you're very welcome. Yeah.